Hello, 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 hello. This is Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. I am actually this is my fourth day actually going live, live on YouTube, live on my Facebook page, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet, and then it's supposed to be going to my personal page too, Regina Eileen Woodard, but not sure if it's there. But the purpose of me going live every day, at least 4 or 5 days a week, is because I want to share information that hopefully will help you when you're looking for your next car, or maybe will help your friend or your neighbor or your relative they're looking for their next car. But also, if you watch this video now or you see this video later, you see my QR code at the top. I do have an ebook. It is called navigating all loans with bad credit, navigating all the loans with bad credit, and it is 50% off. And you can take your phone. You can take your phone and scan at the top. I've been giving them out valuable information, maybe the last 8 years. And I decided to put together an ebook because I want to help you so that you won't make those mistakes. I want to help you before you make those mistakes. So if you put your phone up like I'm doing right now on the QR code and you do open to Chrome, it'll send you right to my site, my page. And then you can put the discount code ebook 50 in and get it 50% off. Super excited about the ebook because actually I've been wanting to do it for a long time. You know how you put something in your mind maybe years ago, and then finally you get the courage or you get the time to actually put it together. And I did say courage, right? Because sometimes it's harder to do things when you tell yourself that you can't do it or you don't have time. But let's go ahead and get on with today's topic. Topic today is we're going to talk about how to prepare for a test drive. A lot of people don't think about, how do I prepare? How do I put myself? How do I prepare for the test drive? So get your pen, get your paper ready, and get ready to take some notes. So the first tip I want to tell you guys is choose the best day to take a test drive. Choose the best day. The best day that's around your schedule, but also around your salesperson's schedule. The one thing I don't say you should do is, if the dealership closes at 6, don't show up at 5:45 wanting to test drive a car and want to have a conversation with someone, because what will happen is you will not get all that attention that you think you should get. And we close at 6 o'clock and you show up at 5:45. And if the dealership opens to 9 and you show up at 8:45, then you're going to get rushed. Yeah, we're going to talk to you, but you're going to get rushed out the door. So choose the best day to test drive that vehicle. The next thing I want to say is you want to schedule an appointment. I work by appointment, even though I have customers that actually show up to the dealership. But schedule an appointment. When you schedule an appointment with a person, you will get you should get that particular salesperson, that particular person's time. I treat my schedule as, and I always tell my customers, or I'm thinking in my mind, is like the doctor's office. If you go into the doctor and your appointment's at 10, you're not going to show up at noon because they're not going to see you. So go at your scheduled time that you, in your schedule and the salesperson's schedule, and schedule an appointment. And you can actually do that with me, or if you go into another dealership, you can do that online, or you can give them a call and you guys can work your schedule out. The third thing you want to think about is you want to create that checklist. You're going to look for that car. Create that checklist. That checklist is, okay, are you looking for that new car? Are you looking for that used car? You want to exactly know what you want. Are you looking for the family car? Are you looking to lease, or are you looking to buy? What I find sometimes is people get a vehicle for right now. They're not thinking about, well, maybe a couple years from now, I'm going to have a kid, or maybe a couple years from now, I'm getting married, and they're engaged right now, but they're thinking about right now. They're not thinking about 2 years from now and 3 years from now. So create that checklist. The next thing, I always tell people, when you're going to look for anything, any major purchase you make in your life, whether it's a house, a car, take a friend, take a second person, take someone with you, whether it's a friend, it's a spouse, significant other, cousin, take somebody with you when you're going to look at that vehicle, because that person is going to see some things that you don't see. How you watch a game show and they say, call a friend, take a friend. Next thing you want to think about when you're looking for test driving that vehicle is that you want to honestly see that vehicle during the daylight. Worst thing you can do is go see a vehicle at night, and then you can't really see everything, because night, darkness, you can't see things in the dark, right? So buying cars at night after it's dark outside, you're not going to be able to see everything, unless you go to the dealership and they let you look at the car and serve. They open up the service department, with the lights on, or in the back somewhere, that you can be able to see actually what's going on. What you should do is, when you looking at that used car, is you want to open up the hood, and you want the salesperson to say, you want to say, you want to ask the salesperson, where's the washing, where's the windshield washer solvent, where's the oil change at? Just point some things out up under the hood. And you know I am not a techie person, or I'm not a car person. I know every part, what's up under the hood, but I can tell you where the windshield solvent is. I can do that. But the reason you want to look up under the hood is because you want to check everything else up under the hood. You want to make sure is it cleaned? Did they spray the car off up under the hood? Just because you get an older vehicle or you get a newer vehicle doesn't mean they can't just spray up under the hood, right? So look up under the hood and just check everything out. Also is, you want to make sure you look under the cargo area. A lot of people don't think about lifting up the trunk. They're so excited about buying that car, they're not looking in the cargo area to see whether, well, if it is it some water in the cargo area, or did it rain in the car and maybe you can't tell. So look up under the cargo area and see whether it's, you know make sure everything is good up under there, basically. Also is, you just want to make sure that you inspect the interior of the car. That's important. The front seat, you know you want to look up under the seat. I would even say open the glove compartment. Why? Is because what happens is, I make sure I do this when I show a used car. I'm looking in the glove compartment, making sure that there's nothing that belongs to the other person that bought the car, that had the car before, that traded in. I'm making sure that there's nothing in there that they left in the car. And then another thing, when you look up under the seat, or you look in the cubby hole. The cubby hole is the where you put your cup holder. You look there, or up on the side of the car. Not the side of the car, but this where you sit. Did we clean it? Is there filth up under there? Remember, the first thing people do is, when they're looking to trade in their car. Well, the first thing people don't do when it comes to trading in a car, they don't clean it out. They don't. And the thing is, you want to look up under the seat, put your hand up under there, and if you don't want to put your hand up under there, you know what you should do? You don't put your hand, just take your face down there and just put your face down there. You ain't got to put your head on anything, but you can look up under the seat to see whether it's clean up under there. The next thing that you should do is make sure the heat works. Customers will, I hear customers all the time that come back and they say, you know what? The heat is not working. Well, if it's cold outside, if it's 75 degrees outside, you want to check the heat. Everybody's getting in the car checking the air conditioning. Make sure the heat works, make sure the air conditioning works. And yes, you want to make sure the radio works, right? But if you're driving your car, the car that you don't want to have the radio blasting, because you want to do what? You want to make sure you hear everything. The worst thing you can do is take a car for a test drive and you have the radio on the entire time, or the salesperson talks the entire time. That's why when you come, you bring a friend. So you want to make sure the lights work, the interior lights work. You want to make sure the lights work outside. You just want to check all those. It's the small things that you should check out. It's really not the big things, because the big things, you can't foresee the big things that may happen later, but you can see the small things right now. Well, when you're going on that test drive, you want to make sure that you're checking visibility. When you get in, when you're looking to buy this used car or even a new car, you want to make sure that your your windows are set. When I say your windows, your mirrors. You want to make sure your mirrors are set that you can see. Can you see up over the hood? You want to check your visibility. It's too many times that customer will say, "Well, you know what? I didn't realize that, my mirrors were not set where I needed them to be. I didn't realize that this wasn't set. I was so excited about getting my car. I didn't check to make sure that, all my mirrors were set, that I could really see out of this car, that make sure that I didn't have a blind spot." Next thing you want to check out is when you're actually driving this car is you want to check out to make sure you want to check out the braking. I had a customer, give you an example, I had a customer that bought a 2010 Chevy Equinox from me, and he took it for a test drive. He went. Now I at the dealership is on dealership. Joe Langham Chevrolet is one of the worst roads ever. But to me, it's one of the best roads. Why? Is because when you go down the street, it's not smooth. It has bumps. You got to pay attention, right? But it's not smooth. You go down the bumpy road, you pay attention, but then you go to the smooth road when you go down and you get on Elizabeth Lake. So turn the radio off and pay attention to the car. Check out the braking. In other words, when he test drove the car, he went around the test drive. He drove around the test drive, the route I gave him. But the one thing he did not do, and I asked him to do it, I said, take this car on the freeway. It's a 2010 Chevy. Take it on the freeway. He said he didn't have time to take it on the freeway, because understand, when you buy that car, that's your car. This has nothing to do with used car far as test driving, but I do want to say this. A lot of people think that buying a car that they can bring it back. When you sign a contract, if you look on the bottom of the paperwork, if you're paying attention to the contract, we have on there no cooling off period, which means once you buy the car, that's your car. It's not, you can't bring it back. That's your car. So check out everything on the car. Take time to check out everything in the car. That's why you want to bring a friend, but that's why you want to schedule yourself to come into the dealership with your appointment. You don't want to just show up, because you get more things done when you have an appointment. You have an allotted time. Well, I hope this helps. If you're watching this on Facebook, put some comments in the bottom for me. If you're watching on YouTube, put some comments in the bottom for me, because I'm going to be sharing tips and tricks. I shouldn't really say tricks, but tips and tricks. At least 5 days a week, maybe 4. But if you're watching on YouTube and you're just sliding by my YouTube channel, please subscribe. If you are on Facebook and you're a part of my community, please make comments in the bottom, or share my page, share my advice I'm giving someone, because you might not need me now, but you might know someone that does. Or let me just say this. If you think about a topic that you want me to actually share, or something that you want me to talk about, you can always put in the comments on my YouTube page or my Facebook. All right.